Joe! Joe, wake up! He felt a hand on his shoulder, shaking him gently. He was about to cry out aloud, and felt another hand smother his shout into a choked silence. Shh! Joe half heard a voice whisper in his ear. Be quiet, or they will find us. What? Where? Who are you? He heard himself say. Where the hell am I? What day is it? All questions that Joe had no answers for. His mind clouded and confused. His vision finally cleared and his brain focused again. But he wished it hadn't, because he was no longer on the train. Oh my God, this cannot be happening to me. Why is it happening? Why? Again he heard the voice. Joe, get down, get down. You're making yourself a target. A target? Me a target? Thought Joe. This makes no sense at all. He reached down to push himself into a sitting position on his seat, and felt his hands sink into something warm and soft to the touch. The sensation to his nerve ends of the fingers made him sit bolt upright and forced his eyes open. This just can't be happening, he thought, as he looked at the sand falling through his fingers. By now Joe was more than focused, and he looked around his surroundings, and what he saw was unbelievable, even to Joe's confused state of mind. He was once more back in the sands of Afghanistan, that living hellhole which he thought he had left behind after the roadside bomb that had blasted him, which had been remotely triggered by an unknown hand. Again he heard that unseen voice. Over here, Joe! Over here, this way! He looked in the direction where the voice was coming from, and saw nothing. Nothing, that is, until a figure emerged as if by magic alongside him. To say Joe was somewhat surprised is an understatement, as the recognition grew in his mind that he was looking at his comrade Jack, the Jack who he thought had been killed in that drastic and dreadful ambush 4 months previous. That self-same ambush that has now locked him into terror. A terror that comes back to haunt his waking and sleeping hours each day. This was the Jack who saved his life. And how Joe wished he hadn't. In his own mind, Joe remembered. Keeping his head down, he wriggled across the sand. God damn it, he thought. Where the hell are they? Jack, where are they? I don't see them. Jack grabbed hold of his arm. Down there, mate, in the gully. We are going to surround them. Sarge and the others are working their way round the other side to flush them out. So many thoughts flashed through his mind as Joe waited alongside his friend and comrade, merged invisible into his surroundings. A far cry from his mundane job, which he had left behind him. A job in which he felt no fulfillment in giving his best. After all, he thought, what satisfaction could I have got tied into a desk job, stuck in an office 5 days a week?